Good morning, everybody, and welcome you all in today's online session. So, today's teaching subject is Civics, Standard 7, and the lesson number 6 Directive Principles of the State Policy and Fundamental Duties. Okay. So, in the last lecture, we have seen about directive principles. So, about fundamental duties, we will see in this lecture. So, for that, students, I want to share my screen with. Good morning once again, all of you. Myself, Sarita Konde from Kulava Municipal Upper Primary English School. Okay, so today we are going to learn about chapter number 6, Directive Principles of the State Policy and Fundamental Duties. So, our chapter, Directive Principles of State Policy and Fundamental Duties. So, students, in the last lecture, we have studied about directive principles. What are directive principles? And its explanation. Directive principles, that means it's a guideline issued by the constitutions to the union and state government regarding how to achieve the objectives or goals stated in the preamble. Next, why the directive principles are necessary? Because when India won independence, we faced a great challenge, and to, in the task of building a nation, the directive principle is very important. And important directive principles of state policies. In this, we have studied the directive principles that the state should secure adequate means of livelihood to all citizens without any gender discrimination. Number two, the state should secure improvement of public health. The state should secure equal pay for equal work for both men and women. The state shall endeavour to protect and improve the environment and safeguard the forest and wildlife of the country. The state shall protect all monuments of historic interest and national importance. The state shall promote with special care the educational and economic interest of the weaker sections of the people, especially the scheduled caste and tribes. The state shall offer public assistance to citizens in cases of unemployment, old age, sickness, etc. The state shall secure a uniform civil code applicable to the entire country. So these were all the directive principles. Okay, students. So in this lecture, we are going to study about fundamental duties. In the last chapter, we have studied about fundamental rights. Okay, what were the fundamental rights? That is, right to equality. Okay, then right to liberty, then right to freedom of religion, right against exploitation. So all these were the fundamental rights. But today in this lecture, we are going to study about fundamental duties. Okay. See, in a democracy, citizens have a dual responsibility. Okay, they should not only vigilant that their rights are not unfairly restricted, but should also fulfill some duties and responsibilities. Okay, so in order to make the Indian citizen aware of these responsibilities, these fundamental duties were included in the Constitution. Okay, while taking the means enjoying our rights, we should know what are our responsibilities. Okay, so the Constitution has made several provisions through the fundamental rights and the directive principles of the state policies for the people's welfare. See, we should be vigilant about our rights and be willing to perform our duties responsibilities. See, and the benefit of the various schemes of the government cannot reach all the people if they do not fulfill their fundamental duties. Okay. For example, the government has implemented several projects, okay, under its Swachh Bharat scheme. But if people also need to change their habit to make public places dirty in order that the Indian citizens become conscious of their responsibilities. And fundamental duties were included in the further fundamental duties are included in the Constitution. Okay, so as we enjoy our rights, we should know what are our responsibilities or duties. So some fundamental duties are included in Indian constitutions. And what are these fundamental duties that are only we are going to learn? See, the fundamental duties, that is first, to abide by the constitution and respect the national flag and the national anthem. Okay, first of all, tell me what the India's national flag is called. Hello children, what is the name of our flag, Indian flag?
Tiranga.
Very
Yes,
good.
miss.
Tiranga. And national anthem, which is our national anthem?
Tiranga.
Janagana Mana.
Jana Gana Mana. Very good. So this is the first fundamental duty, to abide by the constitutions and respect our national flag and national anthem.
Yes.
Anthem.
Number two,
Yes.
to cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom. Okay, to cherish and follow. Cherish and to love something or to take care of something. About what we should love our noble
मिस
ideals.
स्ट्रगल का मतलब
Freedom fighters.
STRUGGLE इसका मतलब
Struggle, that means sangharsh. Okay, the ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom to make India free. Many people have sacrificed their lives and they struggle for a long time. So we should respect of that or those people. Okay.
Yes, miss.
Next, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of the nation.
Yeah.
Okay, to uphold, that means to support a decision. Okay, and to protect the sovereignty. Sovereignty यानी क्या? That means the power means the country has to control its own government. Okay, that is in Hindi it is said that सार्वभौमत्व. Okay, so our India or the nation has the power to control its own government, that is the sovereignty, and unity, ekta, and integrity. Integrity, that means being honest or having strong moral principle, nitimatta.
Yes, miss.
So we have
Yes.
to support the decisions of our country, and also we have to protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. Next, to defend the country and to render national service when called upon to do so. Defend, that means we have to protect our country, and for that, whenever it is called, we have to be ready to protect our nation. Okay, to defend the country and to render national service when called upon to do so. Next, to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood. Brotherhood, that means bandhuta. To promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood, transcending diversities, to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women. See once again, harmony that means the thoughts or the ideas or the thoughts are when we are agree to others thought or agreement of ideas or feelings or actions. Okay, so that is the harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood, transcending the diversity which cross the limit of diversity. Whether India is a diverse the country means there is diversity in different areas, in the nature, in the religions, okay, in the languages. So we should have to uh, denounce the practice derogatory to the dignity of women. Okay, the practices which were derogatory for the women, that means expressing the lack of respect. The derogatory, that means in short, insulting practice were there in Indian society. So that practices we have to give up, or we should not follow these practices. Okay, so we should respect women. This is the duty, that is promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood, transcending the diversities, to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women. Next is to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. Okay, we must understand the importance of this our rich heritage. Heritage, what is meant by culture of country. Okay, what is the India's culture is very rich, and this rich culture we have to preserve, and also the rich heritage of our to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. Next is to protect and improve the natural environment. Okay, so everybody know how to protect or how to preserve the environment. We should not miss our behavior should not cause to any type of pollution. Okay, so that we can protect our environment and to have compassion for living creatures. Living creatures, that means including all human beings and also animals. So we must look after them very carefully. So to protect and improve the natural environment and to have compassion for living creatures. So here I want to one question. I want to ask you one question that. What are the causes of the different types of pollution? For example, water pollution, soil pollution, then sound pollution is there. So, what are the different causes of water pollution? Can you tell me?
The factories, wastewater, they mix
Wastewater mixed with the river water or sea
polluted
water,
water
then the
in
water
the
get
river.
polluted. Correct. Okay. Then how can we stop this pollution? Not only water pollution, but also other. So how can we stop this? What can we try at a level of every individual? मतलब individual level पर हम क्या कर सकते हैं?
We have to not
Make the
put
environment clean.
garbage in the rivers, or and we have to put the environment clean.
We should collect the garbage and put them in properly in the dustbin and
Yes.
dispose the garbage properly. Okay, then
Yes.
We can also recycle also the garbage.
very good, very good. Okay, so we can recycle different things like paper, glass, metal things. Okay,
Yes.
and we should plant more and more trees. No,
Yes.
Yes.
so these are the different ways that we can do to protect our environment.
We should do not
Yes, bolo.
water.
What?
We should do not waste the water.
Correct. Means we should use the water carefully. Okay, not
Yes.
to waste water.
And
Yes.
using less.
These are so these are the simple things that everybody can do it. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm. Next is to develop scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform. Yes, beta. To develop scientific temper, that means scientific attitude. We must develop in ourselves the scientific attitude. Look after each and every movement. What is the scientific reason behind it? Suppose, for example, if rain is falling, so something is there, something design is there behind the rainfall. So humanism, that means manavtava, that your priority should be to the person or a human. Okay, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. Spirit of inquiry, that means curiosity. You must be curious in different things. Okay, so to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform, that is our also uh, duties. Okay, fundamental duties. Next, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence. Okay, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence. Abjure violence, that means we should not follow violence or we should give up the violence. Okay,
We
not
should follow
accept. We
non-violence.
should not accept this. And to safeguard public property, whatever public property is there, we should use it carefully. We try to save the property. Okay, for example, transportation system means buses are there. These buses or this transportation system is not belongs to any one person, but it is the public property which is available for all the citizens. Okay, so we must take care of the public property. Next, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activities, so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievements. Means we have to try very hard to achieve excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, not for our individual development, but at a time we are responsible for the development of our country. So our action should be towards the nation's development. Okay, and so that the nations constantly rises. If one development is there, the nation automatically it becomes developed. So the nation constantly, due to our activity, our nation constantly rises to the higher levels and of endeavor and achievements. Next, it is every citizen of India who is parent or guardian should provide opportunities of education to his or her child or what between the age of 6 and 14 years. Now see, once again, it is your means it is a fundamental right of every child. No, what is that? Education. Okay?
Education.
So, and it is your right, means this is the right of children, and to give the education to the child, that is the fundamental duty of the parents. Understand? So every citizen of the India who is a parent or guardian should provide opportunity of education to his or her child or what between the age group. What is that age group? 6 and 14
14
years. All the children between the age group of 6 and 14 years should get education, and it is compulsory. It is binded by the constitution. It is their fundamental right, and it is a fundamental duty of parents. So it is very important duties. Okay.
Yes.
So students, we have seen about all the fundamental duties of the uh, Indian citizens. See once again all these duty one by one. First one, to abide by the constitution. Is it looking to all properly?
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
Yes.
Okay. This first one we have seen, to abide by the constitution and respect the ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem. We should respect our national flag and national anthem. Like we stand steadily for 2 minutes when national anthem is being played. No? At the end of school, when Vande Mataram being played, we stand steadily. Yes or no? Am I right?
Yes.
Huh. And we
Yes,
also
miss.
salute our national flag on the day of Independence Day and Republic Day, whenever. And not only those days, but always we should respect our national flag. Okay. Next, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of the nation. Everybody should try to protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of the nation. Next, to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional and sectional diversities, means the diversity in different areas, so to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of woman. The practices that we have seen in the last chapters, the practices like sati, then child marriage. Okay, so these practices we should not observe during means nowadays, and it is these practices are abolished by the constitutions. Okay, so these practices which is insulting or against the respect of women, we should not follow these practices. Okay.
Miss, what is
Next,
meaning of brotherhood?
ब्रदरहुड दैट मीन्स बंधुता जिसको कहते हैं, एक दूसरे के प्रति हमारा जो बंधु भाव होता है. ठीक है.
Yes.
Next, to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creature. We must protect our environment, and also we should have compassion. That means, you know what is mean by compassion? Understanding others' feeling. Okay, so like that compassion, daya, karuna, that we also have about the animals and all the living creatures. To safeguard public property and to abjure violence. We should have to give up violence and to save public property, because it is the property of nation and it is for all the people in the country. Next, to cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom. And so, because of those people, we are now free. Okay, so we are enjoying freedom because of these people, because of the sacrifice of
Yes.
that of the peoples. Okay.
Yes, miss.
Next, to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. We should be ready for the service of the in the service of nation whenever it's necessary for in the protection of country. Okay, whenever we have to protect our country, we should be ready always for our nation. Next, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. Okay, so India's culture and the rich heritage, that means some different monuments are there. Okay, places are there which has a historical background. We should preserve and protect. Next, to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. Okay, reform means what? To change the system, bring change in the system. Next, to strive toward excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activities so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of the endeavor and achievement. Okay. So, and last one, it is remain every citizen of India who is parent or guardian should provide opportunity of what? Education.
Education.
To his or her child or what? Between the age group. What is the age group that? 6
6
and
and
14
14
years
years.
age. Okay. So students,
Yes.
tell me, have you understood these fundamental duties of Indian
Yes,
citizen
miss.
properly? Okay.
Yes,
Do you
Yes.
have
ma'am.
any doubt about these duties?
No.
No.
Miss, I have a
Ah,
question.
yes.
Linguistic means what? Linguistic.
Linguistic, that means different languages, diversity in languages. Because in India, so many languages we speak. Means so many languages are there. Okay, every 10 or 20 kilometer, after every 10 and 20 kilometer, the language gets changed. Okay, for
Yes.
example, each states have it's a different state language. No? Like Maharashtra, Marathi,
Marathi.
Gujarat, Gujarati. Okay,
Rajasthan,
Karnataka,
Rajasthani.
Kannada. So there is diversity in languages also. That is called linguistic diversity.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes, understand.
Okay, very good.
And derogatory means
Derogatory, derogatory, that means which not show the respect. Lack of respect means, in short, it is
woman.
insulting. Those means the practices like sati, child marriage, keshopan. These practices were against the respect of women. No? Hello.
Yes, understand, miss.
Okay. Just a minute. Now, one small activity is given in your textbook. You can open the page number 85. See, the pictures are given in the textbook. Okay. Is it looking to you clearly?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is there? What the boy is doing there?
He's
Writing on
writing
historical structure.
something, his name or something on a historical structure.
Very good. So, boy scribbling on the historical structure. It is historical structure. That means maybe it is a fort.
Fort.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So, what is the question is given here? Which of the fundamental duties are not being followed in the following situations? It is the situation what the boy scribbling on the historical structure. Okay. And in this situation, which fundamental duties are not being followed? Fundamental duties that we have learned now. Just okay. So, which fundamental duty is not being followed here?
We have to preserve our rich composite culture.
Excellent. Very good. Correct. Okay. So
Yes.
see, in this activity, the fundamental duty of what is the fundamental duty? See, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture.
Culture.
Okay. This
Yes.
duty is not being followed. ना? ये duty यहाँ follow नहीं हो रही है. ठीक है? If the boy understand the importance or value of the historic places, then he should means may he not do this work or he not write anything on the structure. But
Yes.
this
Yes.
activity is not observed here. Okay, so which duty is not observed here? To value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture.
Culture.
So, tell me, we have to do something this like this the boy or not?
No,
No.
we have to
No,
not write on
because
any historical
very
Right.
good.
culture.
Because these monuments are forts and other building construction of historical period. That is our culture, rich cultural heritage. So we should preserve it. Correct, no?
Yes.
Yes.
We have to not do this and others to
Huh.
tell to not do
Huh.
this.
Tell others also not to do like this. Correct.
Yes.
Very good. Excellent, beta. See this picture. What are you looking in this picture?
Hanging lemon chilies.
Lemons.
Hanging lemon and chilies. Have you seen like this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now see. Which fundamental duty is not being followed here?
To promote any harmony. Or
First of all, tell me what is the reason behind it? Do you know, do you know what is the reason behind it? Why people hang like this chilies and lemon at the door?
to come ghost or
That
any
means not to become.
To restrict these things, no? But
Yes.
is there any scientific base for this activity?
no.
In reality, is this happen like this?
No.
House get protected means from this all things.
No.
No, no. So there is no scientific base for this activity, hanging lemon and chilies. So here,
We should support scientific. What?
correct, absolutely,
The scientific temper.
correct, very good. See, in this activity, the fundamental duty, which is that to develop and cultivate scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform, this fundamental duty is not observed.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes,
Okay.
miss.
Yes.
Huh. Because we are living in a 21st era, in the world, the
21st
era of the
century.
technology. No?
Yes.
We should not believe on these things. This is like
Yes.
means these are the superstitions.
Yes.
Next,
The public property and abjure violence.
correct,
We do
absolutely
not
correct.
abjure violence.
Abjure violence.
Violence.
And the people are damaging public bus. No, this is the
Property.
public facilities. Okay,
Yes.
so this public facility or the public property, we should not damage the public property. Correct.
Yes.
So, which
Yes.
fundamental duty is not observed here? To
To
safeguard public property
property
and to
and to
abjure violence.
violence.
Okay, that means we should protect our public property. We should
Yes,
keep it
miss.
safe. We should use it carefully. This action is totally wrong. No?
Yes, miss.
Huh.
Next.
Next is
To promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood.
No, this is wrong fundamental.
To protect and improve natural environment.
correct. Very good.
To protect
Yes.
the natural environment.
Correct. Because the project that Swachh Bharat scheme, it is implemented
Swachh
in
Bharat
India.
Abhiyan.
Yes.
So it is against that campaign or against that project, no? Because the woman, she is emptying her garbage can on the street. Is it
Yes.
correct? Is it
No,
correct?
this
No.
is wrong. She is not
This
following
is
fundamental duty.
correct. And in this activity,
Protect and
the
improve
fundamental duty of to protect and improve the natural environment is not observed. We should collect garbage and where it should be put in the
dustbin.
garbage bin or dustbin properly, and we should also keep the dry garbage and wet garbage separately. No,
Yes.
Yes.
and try to keep our area surrounding our city or our country clean. Okay.
Yes.
So that we can prevent the many diseases. Up to here, understood, all of you?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Next, it is the time to recap. So you have to say right or wrong, and if it is if the given sentence is wrong, then you have to correct it. Okay.
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Very good. Who will read out this first?
Miss, I can
sentence?
Aditi.
And read it.
Aditi. No. Who is another girl? What is your name, beta?
Isha.
Isha and Aditi. You are always giving answer. Ready in giving answer. Okay. Isha, read the sentence.
Not at the national flag fall down on the ground.
Okay.
Correct.
Is it right or wrong?
Right.
Very good. Because national flag, it is means it is our national symbol, no?
It is our fundamental duty to protect the
Fundamental
national
duty to
flag.
respect the national flag and national anthem.
And to
So
protect
we should
it.
not fall down, means it is not, we should not let the flag, national flag, our tiranga, fall down the ground, on the ground. Correct?
Yes.
Your answer is right. Number 2, Aditi.
To stand at attention while the national anthem is playing.
Playing.
Right.
Right. Absolutely right. Okay,
It is our
we should
fundamental
stand attention. We should
It is
not
our
move.
fundamental
We should
duty.
not talk during the national anthem when national anthem is playing. Okay, so
Yes.
it is the right sentence to stand at attention while the national anthem is playing. Next.
Miss, I can read it.
Yes.
Miss, I can read it.
First, who asked first time?
Isha ask. Isha.
Okay, Isha.
Miss.
हाँ,
To scare or
car.
names on the walls of historical places like a fort.
To carve or paint our names on the walls of a historical place like a fort. Is it right or wrong?
Wrong.
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 Okay. So it is a wrong. It is a wrong action. So what is the correct?
We do not carve or paint our names on the walls of a
To
historic
abjure
place.
carving. To abjure from carving or painting our names on the walls of a historical place like a fort. Okay, because that fort is a historical or the rich heritage of our country. We have not built
It is
that
our
fort.
composite
Why should
culture.
we write our names? And even Shivaji Maharaj, he built many forts, but he never, means he not written his name on any fort. Okay, so we should preserve or we should protect, we should take care of the historical places or this rich heritage. We should
Yes,
not
miss.
carve or paint our names on the fort. Okay.
Can I read?
Yes.
To give lesser wages to women than to men for the same work. Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Right. Wrong.
No, it is wrong. Why the lesser wages to women for the same work? If men and women both are doing same work, then why should the difference in the payment? No, or their salary?
We give equal wages to women.
Equal
and
wages. Equal wage, because it is
for
our
the same
fundamental
work.
right
Just
also, no?
women, then
Yes.
Huh,
That is
it is our
fundamental rights of women.
fundamental right to give equal wages to women and men for the same work. Okay, because state cannot discriminate among the men and women. Correct?
All
So
are equal.
men and women all are equal in front of the constitution. So there should not lesser wages to women than the men for the same work. Give equal wages to women and men for the same work.
Same work.
Okay. Next.
can I read?
Yes, beta.
To keep public places clean. Right.
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 100% right. It's our duty to keep public places clean. We should not throw anything garbage on the public places. Suppose, for example, many people throwing garbage on the public places and make the place dirty. But it is not correct. It is very wrong. No?
Yes.
Next.
Tell why.
Till now, why? Okay. Till why? First, free and compulsory education has been made available to all children in age group of 6 to 14 years. Why? Why it is made compulsory education for the children in age group of 6 to 14 years?
Do not have any child work in small age.
Okay, but that is against exploitation.
Child labor.
It is including exploitation. Against exploitation, there it is their fundamental right. Okay,
Yes.
but why the education made it compulsory? See again.
Because we get a knowledge.
And see,
In
education.
some,
See, education is the fundamental right of children. No,
yes,
it is the fundamental right of children. So everybody should get the children or child. All the children should get primary education. Okay, and it is free also. See, free and compulsory education has been made available to all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years. Because, see, it is a fundamental duty of every parent. No, they have to send their children in school, or they have to provide opportunities of education to his or her child. And number two, it is the right to education has been become a fundamental right. It is the fundamental right of the children, and to provide education, it is a fundamental duty of the parents. Okay, so that free and compulsory education has been made available to all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years. Understand?
yes,
Okay. So, children, this is today's homework. Write fundamental duties of the citizens.
yeah,
Okay. All the duties you have to write. Total, how many duties are there? 12 are there. No, 12 points we have discussed here. So write down these duties. As I gave directive principles to write. Yesterday's
Miss,
homework was
11.
there, and what is today's homework? Write fundamental duties of the citizens. Okay.
Miss, there are 11 fundamental duties.
11. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, whatever. Write down, write it neatly. Okay, step by step.
yes, miss.
Yes,
Note down
miss.
this question. Note down this homework in your notebook.
Miss,
Miss,
repeat.
I take screenshot.
Short.
Okay, very good. So, students, tell me if anybody have any doubt about this lesson, because we have studied directive principles and also
I have no
fundamental
doubt. I have
duties.
no
Huh?
doubt.
Who is there?
I have no doubt. No doubt.
No doubt is there. Have you understood this lesson properly?
Yes, miss.
Yes,
Okay, very good. And try to read the lesson once again. Okay, read
yes,
out the lesson and try to find out the answers of the questions that we have discussed here. Okay, and try to understand the duties and also directive principles and the fundamental rights which we have studied in the lesson number 5. Okay,
yes,
4 and
miss.
5. Fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and directive principles are very important. Okay. So, thank you very much, students, for
Thank
giving
you.
the answers. Okay.
Miss, stop screen sharing.
Ma'am, shall I stop?